is so peaceful out here. If you find an offbeat path, because obviously there's the canal route that I sometimes do, but you know, you're greeted with a lot of other people, which is fine. But when you find something like this, not a soul, it's so nice. Anyway, I'm just going to talk about, there's been like 2 instances recently where I've been asked, how's the YouTube going? And you know, that's a valid question. And I'm always like, yeah, great. Like, honestly, personally, I think great. Statistically, probably not so great. I don't know. It's not exactly like anything crazy or anything like that. But my usual response is I just really enjoy it. I just really enjoy sharing my shit, talking to myself and posting it. And I've never actually really acknowledged why I do it. I might sit for a little bit. Yeah, I'm just going to fill up in this little bit because, as I said, sometimes I just lose my trail of thought so much when I'm walking and talking. The question I have been asking myself is, why do I do this? Especially considering there's like the risk factor of nobody watching at all or everybody watching, like kind of no in between. And I think there's so many reasons to this, and I'm just going to kind of like fire them off the bat as they come to me. I spend a lot of time by myself anyway. And it's a big indicator for me that I've gotten over the fear of being judged. I would not have dreamed of doing anything like this even a year ago. I'm very lucky in a sense that my boyfriend does social media, so even just from seeing him talk to a camera that I would typically find awkward, I still can't really film in front of anyone. That's still something that, but it's something I'm working towards, and that's fine. A step in the right direction. But seeing my boyfriend do social media and stuff like that, that's helped me feel more comfortable. But I don't know, with any guys that I've ever been with in the past, I would not dream of talking and posting, especially speaking freely about how I feel and like my experiences with things. Yeah, I was just my life was dictated by the opinions of other people, or the opinions I thought that other people would have. I didn't even know if I would be judged or if I wouldn't be. And yeah, it kind of is like a ego thing as well. Like, to a lot of people, unfortunately, having a YouTube channel that hasn't got hundreds of thousands of subscribers isn't successful. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not doing this for that reason, and that's another thing. I started this solely for myself, as like a promise to myself in a way. I was like, right, I've seen this other girl do it, like commit to herself that she's going to post every single day until the end of the year or something like that, something similar. And I was like, I just, you know, I want to make a commitment like that to myself, whether it goes good, whether it goes bad, at least I can follow it through, and then at the end of it be like, okay, I did that, and I told myself I would. It's building trust with yourself as well. So I think that's another thing, building trust with yourself. Some days I can't be asked to pick up a camera and film myself, and I feel like I look like shit, and it's also getting over that, getting over the fear of looking bad on the internet, getting over the fear of being honest on the internet. And on top of that, I mean, this wasn't really my intention going into it, because genuinely I had 3 subscribers, which was probably like my mum, my other channel that I watch other videos on, like, do you know what I mean? It was from years ago, and I did not think that I'd even grow remotely. I think when even over, I don't know how many subscribers I've got at all, but like over 1,000 subscribers. That means over 1,000 people since I started doing this have actually decided to subscribe and tune into what I'm saying. It doesn't mean I get 1,000 views on my videos. Some of them are like under 100, but even the fact that 80 people are watching it shows that 80 people are interested in what I had to say to that, in what I had to say that day, and that to me is just pretty cool. And now for me, a huge benefit of it, like I said, which I didn't expect in the first place, is receiving messages from people, receiving any comments. Even, to be fair, even the ones that are like going against the things that I say, I just really enjoy discussion. Like, I'm so open to discussion of anything. I'm open to learn, I'm open to like be proven wrong, which is also a bit of a hit to the ego. But like, if someone has an opposing opinion, I want to hear it. Do you know what I mean? Like, not necessarily just fucking hate, like don't just fire hate at me, but that's what kind of this whole thing for me was. It's just so I could learn and grow from it. And now that people are even interacting is just incredible. Like the fact that I get messages on Instagram saying, oh my god, it came off my recommended and I actually love what you talk about, like that. Oh, I've said this before, but genuinely it's just everything. And then I've now got into some pretty like in-depth conversations with complete strangers on the internet, but are like the fact that we're like-minded, we've been brought together in that sense, and we're discussing things that I don't really have many people in my real life to talk with about it. So in that sense, yeah, it opens up like a community in a way, and it's really nice. Another reason, and a very, very big reason actually, is that I'm documenting my life and I can watch it back. Like, we are in such a privileged position. Obviously, there's so many pros and cons to social media, probably far too many cons than there should be. But we're in a very privileged position to actually be able to document this, upload it, and have something sitting there. Like, our ancestors didn't have that. You know, they could write letters and, I don't know, maybe write some books to be remembered by, but like leaving a bit of a digital footprint, and whether it's a good or a bad thing, sometimes my mum is like, you shouldn't really say that on the internet because you might not get a job if a certain recruiter finds that. And I'm like, well, then that's not the path for me. So what I'm trying to say is, in like 2 years time, I can go back and watch this video right now and be like, oh my god, you actually stuck to it, you was consistent. That's what I was doing in the UK when I got back from Thailand. Like, I can see how I grow emotionally. Like, my emotional intelligence is going to develop a lot because I'm working on it, you know. Everything is just going to like grow, and it's going to be so nice to see that journey documented myself. Like, yeah, other people might be able to witness it as well if they want to watch, but for you, like, things just change so quickly, and doing a little daily video is going to get every single second of it. Like, obviously there are so many things that I don't talk about because it is definitely far too personal, but as a whole, seeing the general progress that I'm going to make over the next years is just going to be so much fun. Maybe I'm going to go on to a final reason now, because I feel like I will just end up rambling on all day, because there are so many benefits to this. Like, even just having a bit of consistency in a routine, like telling yourself that you're going to film and post every single day, doesn't sound difficult at all. And it's not, like, that's me literally being so dramatic, but a lot of people just give up after the first week because they're like, oh, it's long, it's not, I'm not exactly like going to be a YouTuber in the future, so why am I doing it? Like, yeah, again, like I said at first, it's just a commitment to yourself. Final reason I'm going to say is the fact that it's just a creative outlet. Like, I'm really, really looking forward to next year, because I want to try like every video style. Like, now I've got this little platform and I've actually, like I said, got over the fear of posting my first video. I mean, you can't get much worse than this, talking to a camera by yourself every single day. You can't get much worse than that, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not even like I'm doing montages and I'm not talking, I'm literally speaking to a camera, and so many people are scared of doing that. I was terrified of doing that, and now here I am, and I'm proud of myself. So yeah, next year I'm really excited to try different styles. I mean, I'd like to think that I have a fairly interesting lifestyle as a whole, like with the travelling and stuff, and now working remotely, and I don't know, there's just sometimes a lot going on. While I'm home for this Christmas period, it's been quite like static in a way. Like, I'm kind of doing the same thing every day, and it's quite mellow and it's cold, but we've got quite a lot planned next year for travel. So I don't know, vlog styles, travel diaries, and I go through phases artistically as well. Like, sometimes, I've said this before, but like in COVID I would draw every single night, and I would draw and I'd put things on my walls, and I was really into that. I've had other times of like painting and bracelet making, jewelry making. So right now, who's to say my creative outlet can't be making videos, because it's just a digital form of art. And yeah, I'll be really excited to figure out like my YouTube style, my video style, like try things, trial and error. Things are gonna fail, things are gonna succeed. I just think it's fun, just fucking try it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up because I am gonna end up talking for far too long, but please, if you see this and you're even considering doing it, this is probably your sign to do it. Okay, I lied, there's actually one that I want to add before I wrap it up. And basically, I was watching My Fam, I think that's her name, My Fam. She's a really, really big YouTuber, but I was watching one of her videos the other day, and in it she was talking about why she never films with other people, and she was basically saying that, like, why would she want to? She's like, I don't know, when you're obviously with other people, she feels like she has a camera persona, which is her most truest self, and like a people persona, if that makes sense. And if you're just recording and there's not a soul around you, it doesn't feel like you're speaking to anybody at all. It feels like you're just having a conversation with yourself So typically that's going to be your truest version of yourself, your most honest version of yourself, etc, etc. And she's like, there aren't many opportunities to just talk so freely for like 10, 15, 20 minutes straight, no interruptions, no external noise or anything like that, just you talking to you. And it's so, like, I don't know, that's basically her initial point, but I just want to say that and add to it and say it is so therapeutic. You know, obviously I love having conversations with people, I love learning from people, I love, you know, figuring out how different people work. But if you're having a conversation, you can't just ramble on for 20 minutes without interruption and just let your train of thought go freely. And it's, yeah, I genuinely say it's a form of therapy. I just wanted to add that one. It's like a brain dump. You just ramble on and let your train of thought come, and don't judge anything that kind of like comes to mind. And there's a plane coming, so it's going to be loud. So okay, I'll leave that one here now, actually. Goodbye.